Wine. We got our boy Waskar,
What's good?
Dre, myself.
Rolando. You gotta say your name. You gotta say
Your name's not myself.
It's not myself. My mom did not name me myself.
The fuck?
That was
fine.
What we drinking, man? Let's go. Let's on something.
We got this Tre de Moline, right?
Oh,
it's gonna be a Saint Emilion Grand Cru. It's from France. So we're gonna go. I believe this is the right bank of France, which is gonna be predominantly Cabernet Franc.
Ooh,
Yeah.
it's got a bite to it.
I like all my wines dry.
Yeah,
That's
the
right.
tannins and stuff right there. The tannins, that's good for fatty meats like ribeyes and fucking gaminess and stuff like that.
It's also good
Okay.
for drinking while we talk sports.
Right? Yeah.
I said, okay.
This ain't no $2 chuck.
What are we gonna get into today?
All right. Conference championships just ended.
Yeah.
Super Bowl's next week.
Yeah.
Still over a week out from that. So
Yeah.
I think we should talk about how these teams got to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know, because not everyone's journey is the same. You know what I mean? Some people expect to be here. Some people, the biggest surprise. You know what I mean? People that shouldn't be deserve to be something. Each time playing.
That's what.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not talking about specific.
No, don't take these so personal.
No,
man.
it's gonna get hot here. It's gonna get hot.
I'm not talking
It's gonna get
personally.
hot.
I'm just naming.
This is gonna get hot.
Bro,
okay.
I'm gone. I'll see y'all later. I quit. Alright, y'all find somebody else.
Sorry, guys.
No, we're good.
No, hey, no, get out of here. What else do you... No,
Got nothing. It's just there. It's crazy when we talk about the Niners.
Is this a Hot Boys reference coming?
Let's just talk about the Niners. Let's just keep going. You know?
Okay, so
Quan Alexander, yeah.
Bro.
You were saying?
Oh my goodness.
Hot Boys.
Oh, that's your
In
point.
the block.
I gotta go.
Quan
I gotta
Alexander
go. I quit.
Quan Alexander is the biggest F-boy in the world.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I
Get
can't.
out of here. You know what? I was going to look to have a neutral take and an honest conversation on football.
Let's do it.
And because of this, man, that can't happen. So,
Why?
Where should we start? Are we starting with the Niners then?
Yeah, let's start with
Let's
the
start with the Niners.
Let's start with the
Boom.
Niners.
Well, we can start with the Chiefs.
All right, no. Nice try.
You already started the
So let's
Niners.
start with the Niners,
Sorry.
right? Their record is a reflection of a cupcake schedule to begin the year,
No, it's not.
right? To be honest, right? And then they actually played a respectable team in the Seattle Seahawks and they lost, correct? Then they lost to the Baltimore Ravens. Then they lost to the Atlanta Falcons, right?
Yes.
And they almost lost to
Shit.
the New Orleans Saints if Alvin Kamara didn't play like shit.
And don't forget they illegally hit Garrett Cook, got him ejected from after the
course.
first two
My bad.
touchdowns.
How
in
can I
the first half.
forget?
Without him getting
they're
that was a
probably
legal hit.
they're probably a dirty team,
Yes.
right?
So without him getting hurt, you would have
So
lost.
with getting a gimme win there and a cupcake beginning of your schedule, you got yourself your first round. You got yourself your home field advantage to the playoffs, which ultimately led you to executing based on getting some really lucky matchups.
Yeah, it's not
But
true.
you know, we had the
which
same
means-
schedule
right.
as the Rams, as the Seahawks. So if it was so easy, why didn't these guys get
That's
the
not the
same?
point. That's not
I mean,
the point.
I'm just saying.
You
it's
didn't
such a
have the
cupcake.
cupcake schedule to start the season. You had it. Everyone knows that.
Yes.
Everyone knows that they started the season with a
Tampa
cupcake
Bay were
schedule.
either hotter or cold team.
You got him cold.
And so
Cold.
essentially what happened was you got and then the Saints lost because arguably the Saints were the best team in the NFC.
Don't
Right?
forget that
Because of
last
them
three.
and both being unable to execute and ultimately having just man. Like the Vikings must be their fucking Achilles heel.
Just bad luck.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
and
they
then so
are.
that happened. And then so they ended up playing you end up playing the Packers. You're playing Packers in the conference championship and you destroy them. And
We
to
talking
no
about the
discredit,
Packers. We talking about the Packers like they're not.
Packers are not good.
Packers are not good.
That's the worst 13-3 team I've ever seen. in my life.
Absolutely.
I've ever seen.
Them and the Seahawks.
Average offense, average
Oh,
team,
yeah.
below average
Yeah.
defense.
And Aaron
Terrible
Rodgers,
coaches.
Aaron Rodgers was just, Aaron Rodgers, but you can't do that when your offensive line is not playing to a level.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah,
your
he had no
defense,
weapons.
and if
No,
your
no,
defense
he
still
didn't have
not
no
stop the
weapons,
run, he does not stop the
He's
run.
okay with
Right? Yeah, so
I mean, he has Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones in the backfield. That's why I took him.
it's two guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I
mean,
see
yeah.
people.
A washed up Jimmy Graham and some nobody receivers.
Jimmy
around
Graham
him.
actually came through a little
Jimmy
bit.
Graham's the highest paid tight end in the league.
Yeah, because
That's-
he's still off old contracts, right?
That's
Yeah.
He's not getting that in any other contracts
That's
ever.
jacked up.
That's the end of that. But nonetheless, we essentially summed up what was the year. But let's be honest, and aside from your ridiculous garb, another overrated football player.
Bowman, get the fuck out! Don't disrespect.
So
Bowman.
let's have
Overrated.
an honest
Over.
discussion. Let me be honest. That an amazing scheme throughout the whole year was drawn up by Kyle Shanahan.
Mhm.
Because, to be honest, these are a bunch of running backs that probably couldn't be the number one guy as far as your 13
average
pitcher.
running backs at best.
Yeah, exactly. You got a bunch of kind of like next up guys, and you make it work. And Kyle Shanahan really drew it up. You have a quarterback that's not very good, and he made him look good. And you have a very physical, tight end. You have a very physical tight end, and you know how to use Kyle and do the scheme. You get Kyle use chicken ball. Yeah. Receiver stepped up. Deebo Samuel's been very good all year. I think that was
Deebo Samuel in the beginning was a little shaky.
He's a rookie. He's a rookie.
Yeah, I get it, but I'm saying.
But at the end of the day, I think what really makes the team impressive is the running game, and the way they punch you in the mouth on defense. And so that kind of is the recipe as how they've gotten here, and that's probably what they're going to continue to rely on.
Because the defense doesn't do it. It's literally what the Legion of Boom did in Seattle. Same scheme.
It's the same. This is a front seven dominant team.
No.
And the Legion of Boom is a back seven dominant team.
No, I said same scheme. Which is
they
both run it. Yeah, not same style. They cover 3.
But and then just rush 4.
Exactly. Rush 4, drop everyone back. That's what I'm saying. Now, it looks a little different when you got that nasty 4. But don't forget, Seattle had Cliff Averill. They had a good defensive line at the time, too. That's how you get it done.
Brandon Payne, Michael Bennett, they had some nasty
exactly. So it's the similar scheme that they're doing.
Go ahead. They're still professionals on the other side of the team. On the other side, you know what I mean? So no matter this, you play the schedule that you're given. So you can't discredit them for that. And the last 2 games.
No, but you can describe the NFL that already has a shoddy reputation.
No,
and as far as this is the most disappointing I've ever seen in the playoffs.
As far as giving a cupcake schedule. Yeah, exactly. They give the Patriots and the Niners cupcake schedules. Everyone knows that.
This is looking at the teams in the playoffs. This is. There was no juggernauts here.
I really think the NFL. I think the NFL did a very bad job in scheduling. And I think that they need to reload.
They were the best team in the NFC, but they weren't a juggernaut. Last year we had the Rams. Sorry, I'm gonna let you. We had the Chiefs.
You hear what he's saying?
Those were juggernauts last year. Who could beat the Chiefs? Who could beat the Rams?
There was we talked about
Patriots last year, but there was none of that this year.
The only reason the Chiefs are in the playoffs is solely based on luck.
The Chiefs.
That defense has given up so much fucking points, but they have Patrick Mahomes on the other side, keeping them alive, and they have Andy Reid drawing.
That's the opposite of luck.
The defense also played better towards the last
skill, but
the defense also really stepped their game up over the last half of the season.
And
everybody recognizes
2 weeks against the Broncos.
Did you saw that Titans game? The Chiefs are good.
No, the Chiefs defense has played significantly and statistically better over the.
Tyrann Mathieu was everywhere.
Tyrann Mathieu's everywhere.
They're a slow starter.
Frank Clark, Ryan Tannehill, the green light to throw.
Frank Clark is a legit pass rusher, and let's be honest, he is definitely hobbling. But on third downs, Chris Jones will make a difference on every single down that he's on that field.
So let's talk about the Chiefs' path.
Yeah. So this has been an interesting year, right? Because obviously this was the year of Lamar, right? I think we can all say that. Lamar Jackson was the guy, right? Everything was wow. What are we going on here? And then in the playoffs at the beginning, it was like, fuck, Deshaun Watson. Like, this guy's crazy. Right? And then all of a sudden, boom, Mr. Yao must have forgot, right? Because he was hurt a little bit and he just didn't have the same no-look passes or crazy shot. Well, maybe he did, but it's just almost now expected. And we took Patrick Mahomes for granted this regular season. And we recognized how amazing of a football player this guy is this postseason. He was the least talked about big name quarterback. Even Russell Wilson got more conversation than him.
That's ridiculous.
Right? But Patrick Mahomes... What Patrick Mahomes did against the Houston Texans was remarkable. What Patrick Mahomes did against the Houston Texans, it doesn't matter. With that lead, with how much they were down and how this game looked like, I was watching the game and I said, if they just get field goal, this is over. And they turned it around and had an amazing second quarter and then went on to just bust the door open. This is, to me, Andy Reid thinking, this is my chance.
Yeah.
Whether this is, I'm saying it's his last chance, but he has a last chance feel because this is the remnants and kind of has that feel of, right, that Eagles team that played the Patriots that wasn't, for him, Donovan McNabb,
Patrick
Mahomes is Donovan McNabb. He has not had. He's a quarterback whisperer. He's worked with a bunch of guys, right? Michael Vick. He got Kevin Kolb. He got Kevin Kolb some money, right? He got made Alex Smith look amazing, right? Nick Foles, all these guys. But Patrick Mahomes has been a guy that he has developed a relationship that I can only compare to his relationship with Donovan McNabb, and then how they are so in sync. And God, these guys are in sync. And Andy Reid is just a masterful play caller. The way he's working these weapons, and he has weapons. They have weapons on that.
Oh yeah, they have weapons on offense.
They have weapons.
No running back, but they have great wide receivers.
But these guys are doing what they got to do. You guys don't have great running backs, but they're making it work.
We have better running backs. We have multiple running
Slightly.
backs. We have multiple running backs.
I'm not sure you have a running back better than Damian Williams. I'm not saying he's better than them.
Raheem is better. He's a better
slightly.
My coworker, I said, show me the play where Raheem Mostert. Let me see the play where you say he's good. And every play, the hole was this big. You could have drove a car through it. And I'm like, he didn't make anyone miss either. First guy came through, he got tackled.
All right, but see, look. I was writing some shit down, right? What do you guys expect the Chiefs defense to do against the Niners?
Well, are we doing Super Bowl preview or not? We're talking about the road here.
I thought we were talking about the road, how we got here.
We're talking the road, how we got here.
Okay.
Right.
It's obviously not on defense, though, right? The Chiefs didn't get...
For the last half, yes.
Absolutely. I told you this last week.
This is not the Chiefs of last year.
The Chiefs,
so they're solely dependent on one player.
No. Since week 10, the Chiefs didn't give up 17 points until the playoffs.
And that's the worst.
These guys have stepped their game up on all three levels of that defense.
No matter what.
Eric Sorensen, I forgot about Eric Sorensen playing out of his mind.
They have
different guys that are stepping up. And right now, Honey Badger Tyrann Mathieu, I think, is really looking to put a staple as the best safety in this game. And I think that he wants to do that.
Right now?
And
it's up for the taking.
It's up for the taking, and I think that he's trying to take
People are getting older. Young people are coming in. Derwin James missed a year. So
this is the time.
I think. Well, you got Earl Thomas too.
What he did, the way he played.
Let's turn on that Derrick Henry highlight.
In the last, the way he played in the last 2 games was phenomenal. The way he played in the last, he was all.
He looks like he's playing.
He made plays in the backfield. He made plays in the open field.
Yeah.
Played against the Titans last week,
which only has a running game.
But that's not true. You don't beat Tom Brady with only a running game in New England.
Literally, that's what happened.
No, you might have ran the ball dominantly, but that's not why you beat them.
That offense was vamped through the injection of Ryan Tannehill, through the belief in A.J. Brown, and then through recognizing that obviously
Ryan Tannehill only threw 9 or 8 passes.
But you can't beat a team
as
smart as the Patriots. You can beat a dumb team like the Packers just running the ball. But you have to have
beat the Vikings too running the ball.
Yeah, but you have to have some type of belief.
No, man, it's just the coach.
I'm not going to. There's no way to downsell the coach. Well, the coaching was another part too. There's no way to downsell.
Yeah.
I think how masterful of a postseason run the Kansas City Chiefs had.
I don't think any of this would be surprising if Patrick Mahomes, if he had never got hurt, we would have. You know what I mean? I think we kind of took our eye off of them a little bit.
We did. I think a lot of people did. I did.
Because even when he played, because he was still so hurt, we were thinking, okay, he's playing, but his number's not great. But
we were like, this isn't the same Patrick Mahomes. No. And it wasn't, right?
Not special.
And it wasn't, right? He wasn't doing those special plays.
I think he's
but he fucking is now.
Better this year. He's better this year.
He's the way he is just like...
Right here in the postseason, he's thrown 8 touchdowns and 0 interceptions.
Yeah. I read an interview today with Robert Saleh, he was playing for Niners, and he says, talking about Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, and he says 2 quarterbacks that can extend the plays in this, and he said the difference between Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers is when Patrick runs around and extends the plays, the offense doesn't get off timing.
Nope.
Everyone's still on time. They know what's better. Where Aaron Rodgers just holds the ball.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Let me show you a little stat that I wrote down. Mahomes has thrown for 70 attempts and completed 46 just in the postseason, and he's rushed for 106 yards.
Yeah.
He killed the Titans.
Yep.
So what I'm saying is this. The winning strategy and the winning piece for this team is solely based on Patrick Mahomes.
That's not true. That's like saying the only way the Niners could win is Kyle Shanahan.
He's literally doing what Westbrook does in basketball. Shoot 30 times. He's passing 70 times, bro.
That's not a lot.
And how many of be honest, how many? There's what?
106 yards.
Each game.
Yards. 106
throwing for
rushing.
600.
Three or four times.
That's 2 games. That's 2 games.
3 or 4 times a game. So 3 or 4 passes, because it's considered that now, is your little push pitch that we've seen a lot of guys do.
Patrick Mahomes not doing that.
And they love that. Yeah, they do. They started it. That was the Chiefs made that.
Nicole Horman scored last week.
The Chiefs invented that.
They're doing Brett Favre. Brett Favre used to do that shit all the time.
But that's a pitch, right? And that's already counting as a run. But the way when you catch it from the shotgun position, and then you chest pass it forward. Chest pass it forward, and now that's a pass.
It counts as completion now because you're going forward.
Yeah, it does. It counts as passes.
I know that.
Yep. So that's a big cut. So 3 times a game that's happened.
That should just be counted as a rush.
But he's throwing it forward.
It's throwing it forward.
They used to do the back.
It's considered a forward pass.
So
the running back running in front of him.
Yeah. And then like I said, we have to go back to Andy Reid. The way, we call Kyle Shanahan a national play caller, but Andy Reid's been doing this forever. He's been doing this since we were in middle school.
Kyle Shanahan's been doing this for 1 year.
No. Calm down. Let's stop.
Let me go to the window.
He was a catastrophic breakdown, avoided from being an offensive coordinator for a Super Bowl winning team.
Okay, but what did he do the next year? Because they won 4 games, the Atlanta Falcons, with the same team.
Right, and then he left, and then he did this.
What did the Niners do after that? Before this year,
also recognized. But even before that, Kyle Shanahan never been dominant. He had some really impressive football with Kirk Cousins before. He kind of built Kirk Cousins' career. Right,
well, Sean McVay. They had Sean McVay. They had Zach Taylor. That was a pretty good offensive.
Right. It was a good staff.
You're gonna make sure that he knows
Jay Gruden.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna discredit Kyle Shanahan, because I think without Kyle Shanahan, this team doesn't do much, because they don't have enough talent on the offensive side of the ball to be very. They're not
almost zero.
Yeah. Very little talent.
Almost zero.
Sure. What he's saying is we have little talent in the sense of we don't have no superstar besides.
You have Kittle.
Yeah.
Who catches 2 passes a game.
George
Jimmy Garoppolo is not elite, obviously.
Don't you say Deebo Samuel.
Exactly. He's good.
No,
every catch Deebo Samuel makes, he's wide open.
He's like a C- D+.
Emmanuel Sanders is a B+.
We got into it on Saturday. He tried to say Jimmy Garoppolo is better than Carson Wentz.
Yes.
Bro, get out of here. And I don't even like Carson Wentz. You're tripping.
Where's Carson Wentz at?
Carson Wentz isn't incompetent.
Never.
Jimmy Garoppolo is incompetent.
I don't have to hold the reins for
I will say this right here, right now, right? Carson Wentz will never win a Super Bowl.
Well, yeah, obviously. But that's not the point.
But, how many people in the world are going to win a Super Bowl?
Nick Foles.
Yeah. But, if Jimmy Garoppolo does win one, he's looked at a Trent Dilfer, Brad Johnson. And not...
He's not a Trent Dilfer.
He's
that.
Jimmy D. Jimmy Dilfer.
I've never seen Jimmy Garoppolo throw a pass that someone wasn't wide open.
Yeah.
He reminds me of, and this is going to sound fucked up,
Jared Goff.
It's like Jared Goff with Sean McVay. He's telling him, roll out, throw it this.
He does look like Jared Goff. That's a good point. That's a good point.
3rd and 15, he comes and just fucking puts that shit right in between. To Bourne.
He probably did it on accident.
Bam, no.
He probably was throwing it this way.
That's the biggest thing about Garoppolo. Garoppolo always does those fucking throws that's why he gets picked off so much in the beginning of the season.
That's why he gets picked off so much, period. With the beginning of the season.
He threw 10 passes 2 weeks ago.
He's a turnover-prone player.
Only 8 interceptions. So,
and how many fumbles and how many times he... I'm not saying Jimmy Garoppolo is terrible. I'm just saying...
I'm saying he's not
going to get into this.
But we'll do Super Bowl preview. The point is that we wanted to give kind of an in-depth analysis on how every team got here, and there's different measures, right? One had great playmaking, superior quarterback play, improved defense, and just a lot of really solid, tangible ways of playing football. And then another team, has Nick Bosa, a very, really good front
and a
really good offensive scheme, and able to overcompensate for not having a ton of talent on offense and a subpar quarterback.
Fred Warner, Richard Sherman, Green.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Mosley. Everybody, bro, that whole defense. That defense is nasty.
So, I think that, though, next week...
Shout out to Kittle, the best NFL player. It was in Pro Focus. You guys know that, right?
Yeah, he was great at the highest they've ever.
Okay, ever.
Yeah.
I just want to...
He's a great blocker.
He's tough. Next week, we're going to get into this a little more. As you can see, this is a very contentious topic. Well, imagine when this little preview takes place. So, get ready for that, guys. It should be one that we're all going to tune in for.
I'll wear it there for sure.
Yeah. If the
different Niner
doing the show again.
Niners win. We're not doing the show's over. By the way,
I'm not showing up on here. I swear to God, I'm not showing up on here with Rolando.
Yeah, actually,
you can have the show to yourself, and you just record it yourself. Just do like a vlog and you just celebrate.
Yeah,